Alpha corrections. Question D. Consider an economy described by the following equations. Uh, in this question, the only difference is right here. That's an addition, all right? In questions A, B, and C, total investments were equal to autonomous investments. In other words, investments were not dependent on the fluctuations of GDP or interest rates. Here, however, you see that total investments are equal to autonomous investments, which are still equal to 300, right, plus 0.29. So whereas this part is the autonomous part, in other words, not influenced by GDP changes, this part is indeed influenced by the fluctuations of the business cycle in a positive way, because you see here a positive sign. Basically, what this term means is that if GDP rises, if national income or GDP goes up, then what happens to total investments? Total investments will rise, but again, nothing will happen to autonomous investments. If, on the other hand, Y or GDP decreases, then how will total investments be affected? They'll go down because, again, they are positively linked. And what will happen to autonomous investments? Nothing will happen to autonomous investments. Here I want to remind you of something, all right? And that's the significance of autonomous aggregate expenditures. Again, autonomous aggregate expenditures are not linked with GDP fluctuations. In other words, if GDP goes up or down, total autonomous aggregate expenditures will not change. And autonomous aggregate expenditures are equal to autonomous C plus autonomous I plus autonomous G, and in our problem, autonomous net exports. All right. So from our model, from our given, autonomous consumption is 300. Autonomous investments are 300. Government spending is 100, and that's autonomous government spending is 100, and autonomous net exports are also 100, for a grand total of 800 million or billion dollars. All right, so we're going to be using this information in solving question D. All right. In this question, again, we have a more developed total investment function, and what we're asked to do is to calculate the new level of GDP. Okay, so what we're doing is we're solving for Y given a new investment function, which is more developed, which incorporates a portion of investments which are linked to the fluctuations of the business cycle. So let me develop this math, and where I want to go is to modify our model equation. All right, and then at the end we'll just put the numbers in, and that'll give us the y solution. So let's see. We start off with the equation. Y is equal to c plus I plus g plus nx. Next line, y is equal to autonomous consumption plus MPC times disposable income, which is y minus ty, plus a new physical investment function, I autonomous, plus 0.2 times y, because it's linked to the fluctuations of GDP, plus autonomous government spending, plus autonomous net exports. All right? And what we get if we merge autonomous consumption with autonomous investments, with autonomous government spending, with autonomous net exports is the following formulation. Autonomous aggregate expenditures plus MPC times y minus ty plus 0.2y. All right? Okay. Then we break up the parentheses here, and we get, whoops, let me get an eraser. You're gone. So to go further, autonomous aggregate expenditures plus MPCY minus MPCTY plus 0.2y. Okay? And then the next step would be, we want to bring all the y terms to the left side. So y minus MPCY plus MPCTY, and then minus 0.2y, and all of that is equal to autonomous aggregate expenditures. Okay, now hopefully I have enough room here. Now the next step, y times 1 minus MPC plus MPCT minus 0.2, and the parentheses is equal to autonomous aggregate expenditures. All right. Now we divide both sides by this term here, right? And we finally get the model equation, which is autonomous aggregate expenditures divided by, it's going to be a long one, 1 minus MPC plus MPCT minus 0.2. All right. So we're now so this is now the model equation. Y is equal to autonomous aggregate expenditures divided by 1 minus MPC, which is MPS, plus MPC times T minus 0.2. All right. So we divide. Okay. So now we do the math, and it's 800. All right. Divided by 0.16. And in green, our answer is Y in green is equal to 5,000. All right.